Take a look at the next fight here, John. We may have a couple minutes, but it's Josh Rohler versus Karate Mike Williams. We're going to send it back to Matt Chukovich. And, well, while Matt does it, John, let's break this fight down a little bit. And let's start with Karate Mike Williams. We know Rohler's a solid ground fighter. What does Mike Williams need to do to get the victory?
Well, Karate Mike Williams, unfortunately, is coming off 3 straight losses as a professional. 2 by TKO and 1 by submission. 2 in the first round, 1 in the second round. What I think he needs to do with Josh Rohler is he needs to try to stretch this fight out as long as humanly possible. Josh Rohler, very, very, very tough, but he is coming into this as 1-1. Just got his first professional victory at only 3 minutes and 5 seconds of the first round. So can Josh Rohler go the distance? Mike Williams knows he can go the distance. I think is a good strategy. Let's pull this into the third round and see if Josh Rohler's cardio is as good as he thinks it is.
That's important to consider the opposition they both face. Williams fighting 3 very tough guys on that 3-fight losing streak. Mike Cardona, Zach Cook, and Eric Bledsoe. Those were all big-time fighters. But if you want to consider similar opponents, the most recent fight Williams lost to Cardona, and Rohler, that Mike Cardona is his professional victory. So he holds a victory over Mike Cardona.
Absolutely. Mike Cardona got him submission first round via rear naked choke. So I think we're ready to go, and let's send it up to Jake Digman.
The following contest is a professional bout in the RFO lightweight division. It is brought to you by Mr. Reuter, and it is your co-main event of the evening. Introducing first, making his way down the aisle into the blue corner, please welcome Josh Rohler.
Josh Rohler representing Evolve MMA. Very solid ground fighter. And Coach John Cook, not only does he call him a beast, but he says they're working to transition his wrestling to MMA and using the wrestling to set up the jiu-jitsu, which is a new way to look at a wrestler in his ground game.
We talked about it at the start of the show. Josh Rohler, I had the opportunity to meet him. He came up to Griffin-Rall Mixed Martial Arts and Fitness Center, and we're having a grappling tournament that I was in charge of running. And he comes off the mat. He was in a huge division, something like 12, 14 guys. He comes off exhausted, tells me he wins. I put him down. I said, hey, man, I'm so sorry, but you're going to be up in about 10 minutes. He goes, I don't care. I love this. Put me up every 10 minutes. So this guy is absolutely, he is just immune to being exhausted. He just wants to go, go, go. He's like the Energizer Bunny. So look for him to be very, very animated and very, very, as he tries to go through his progressions of takedown, strikes, whatever. He's got nothing called a pause button.
And that helps him out as being a pressure fighter. He also has improved hands. Rohler's in the cage. Let's bring out his opponent in the co-main event. Send it up to Jake Digman.
And his opponent making his way down the aisle into the red corner, please welcome Karate Mike Williams!
Karate Mike Williams with the 2-5 record, but you will hear the crowd. He's a local favorite here in Mansfield, Ohio, representing Rec Room Athletics. And Karate Mike, as I pointed out, don't let that name confuse you. He's quite the ground specialist.
Yeah, he's got a 3-inch height advantage, which he needs to use to his advantage. As we mentioned during the break, he's coming off 3 losses in a row. However, those 3 losses were to very difficult opponents. And as you mentioned, Ryan, the one opponent, Mike Cardona, Rohler actually beat. So Karate Mike Williams, he has been around, especially the Mansfield area, seems like forever and a day, back to 2008, and he is a fan favorite, no doubt about it. So he comes in here with the big crowd support, but Josh Rohler, I don't think he cares.
You see Julian Lane from the Ultimate Fighter fame behind him, and Karate Mike Williams 6 of his victories as an amateur were by submission. Both of his professional victories were by submission. Look for Mike to try to get this fight to the ground. He's sporting the clean-shaven head as opposed to a mohawk we've seen in the past.
Yeah, and that's in his fighter profile. He got rid of the mohawk, probably make room for more tattoos.
Great guy is Mike Williams, and you can tell this crowd gets behind Karate Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you mentioned, local guy. And we are filled to capacity here right now, and not a single person is left. And oftentimes what happens is you'll get amateurs that come in, they bring a big crowd, they fight, they go home, and the crowd goes with them, or their fans do. But everybody is staying for tonight's co-main event and then main event here immediately following with John DeJesus and Cody the Wolverine Stevens.
Mike Williams is in the cage. Let's send it inside to Jake Digman for the official introductions.
The following contest is a professional bout in the RFO lightweight division, and it is brought to you by Mr. Rooter. Introducing first in the blue corner, he fights out of Akron, Ohio. He weighed in at 153 pounds, representing Evolve MMA with a professional record, 1 win, 1 loss. Please welcome Josh Rockin' Rohler. His opponent in the red corner, he fights out of Mansfield, Ohio. He weighed in at 153 pounds, representing Rec Room Athletics with a professional record, 2 wins, 5 losses. Please welcome Karate Mike Williams. This bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds, and the action begins. Your referee is Mr. Brent Bullock.
Referee Brent Bullock brings the fighters together. It's co-main event time. Karate Mike Williams in white, Josh Rohler in black. It's Ryan Cavanaugh along with John Sternmack bringing you the action from RFO Big Guns 20. Fighters touch gloves. Williams takes center of the cage. Big left from Rohler to start the party.
And you mentioned earlier that Rohler said he wants to try to keep this fight standing a little bit. You know, he's been working on his hands. His hands are much improved, and he drops him.
Big left hurts Mike Williams. And Rohler looking to make short work of him, but Williams looks like he's recovered. Staying in control. These are 2 very good grapplers on the ground. The left hand that dropped Mike.
And Rohler's already got that rear naked choke in. I don't know if it's deep enough, but it could be.
He's working for the grip, and Mike has gotten out of it.
Rohler's got both hooks in. He's looking to pound away, stretches him out. This fight could be over quick, and he taps to strikes.
Mike Williams taps to strikes. First round finish for Josh Rohler, moving his record to 2-1. What a performance.
And that's the intensity. When I said when we first met over at Griffin Hall MMA Academy, and he's here, Mike Williams comes up to him, hugs him. He could be more frustrated, but that's what I love about this sport. 2 guys beat the heck out of each other, and the first thing they do is give a hug. What sportsmanship.
Take a look at this, John. Talk about the transition from rear naked choke to submission by strikes.
He comes up here, he realizes he's not going to get the rear naked choke, stretches him out, and then just throws haymakers. And Mike Williams quickly taps out. And that doesn't show that Mike Williams is weak. It shows how powerful Josh Rohler is with those strikes.
Josh Rohler was all over him in a hurry, laying him in hard. Good finish for Josh Rohler. That's a good win.
And now Josh Rohler's 2-1, and we've got to figure out what happens next to him.
We've got Jake Digman in the cage. We're going to bring Josh Rohler over and give him his just due. We send it inside to Jake Digman.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Brent Bullock calls a stop to the action at 47 seconds of the very first round, declaring your winner by tap out due to strikes, Josh Rockin' Rohler!
Here with your winner, Josh Rohler. Your ground game was obviously what won the fight tonight. Proved to be what your tools were going to be to take Mike out. Was that your game plan coming in?
Wasn't my ground game. It was these hands, though, right, Devontae? First and foremost, I'd just like to thank God, and I'd really appreciate it if everyone took a moment of silence. I just had a dear friend, family member who lost their life. So if we could all just take a couple seconds of silence, please. Thank you, guys.
We're losing too many of us out there right now. What's next for you, man? I know it's hard to come in and do a fight like this after you lose somebody. What do you got planned next?
Just keep climbing the ladder. All glory goes to God, God's army, baby.
Amen. It's getting stronger, too. I can feel it. Let's hear it for your winner, Josh Rohler with that Evolve MMA. Mike Williams wanted to make an announcement. He called me over to talk to him. What do you got to say, brother?
Well, first, thanks everyone for coming out. Josh, you're an animal, man. I think this is it, guys. I'm going to retire. I just can't do this anymore. My heart's not in it.
This was your 17th fight for us, not as a whole. 17 fights in RFO alone, man. It's been a long road. You've beat guys that you weren't supposed to beat. You've had nights like this. Your whole career has been awesome, and we've loved watching it. What do you have to say to everyone that keeps coming out?
I mean, just keep coming out. There's a lot of local talent. There's a lot of really good guys. I don't have the heart for it anymore. It's not here anymore. I want to go home and be with my wife, with my kids. I just don't have the heart.
I feel you. I don't either, brother. Let's hear it for one last time for your hometown hero, Mike Williams. We love you, brother. Come on your feet. 17 fights for RFO.